Sun Kwan, the Emperor of the Wu Kingdom, made his debut in Dynasty Warriors 2 as the young and ambitious leader of the Sun family. The games usually make him the emotional center of the Wu forces. So let's see if those claims are relevant to the man of legend. Sun Kwan was born in 182 into the Sun family, who were nobles that descended from the great Sun Tzu, aka the author of the Art of War. He is the second son of Sun Jian, the younger brother of Sun Ce, and the supposed older brother of Lady Sun. Together, they loyally served the Han as vassals. When Sun Jian died in 191, Sun Ce was left to succeed him and continue the Sun legacy. When his brother was assassinated in year 200, his dying words were to make Sun Kwan his heir because his own son was too young. This led to controversy within the clan, as many of Sun Ce's subordinates felt that Quan was too young to lead. But Sun loyalists, including Zhou Yu and Chong Chao, saw the potential in Sun Quan and stayed to serve him. Even Cao Cao requested the emperor to bestow him a title. With careful guidance from his mother and his advisors, Sun Quan gave civil affairs to Chong Chao and military matters to Zhou Yu. He also brought in the young Zhuge Jin and Lu Su as personal advisors. Sun Quan would spend the next few years building the defense of his realm against potential enemies and pursuing Liu Biao, who was responsible for his father's death. After Liu Biao's death, his son surrendered to Cao Cao, who was on the verge of uniting all of China. Fearing Cao Cao's power, Sun Quan went into alliance with Liu Bei of Shu and faced off with Cao Cao's forces at Chebei. With the brilliant strategy of Zhou Yu and Zhuge Liang, they were able to decimate Cao Cao's fleets with a well-placed fire attack. When Cao Cao retreated, Sun Quan took over the northern half of Jing, while Liu Bei took over the southern half. After which they cemented their alliance with a marriage between Liu Bei and Sun Quan's sister, Lady Sun. After Zhou Yu's death in 210, Sun yielded the northern half of Jing to Liu Bei, allowing them to obtain sufficient supplies. Once Liu Bei's forces conquered Yi and was able to be self-sufficient, Sun Quan sent Lu Su to ask for Jing back. Liu Bei refused, which led to Sun occupying several strategic points throughout Jing, which put the two factions on the brink of war. However, Liu Bei called for a truce once he heard that Cao Cao was attacking Hongzhong. Liu Bei would agree to returning parts of Jing if Sun Quan diverted Cao Cao's forces at Hefei. Sun Quan agreed, and the Battle of Hefei was a disaster. The odds of Sun Quan winning the battle was doomed from the start, and his generals were nearly captured on multiple occasions. However, Liu Bei was successful in defending Hongzhong. In 219, Guan Yu was threatening Cao Cao's territory and called for a temporary alliance with Sun Quan. Resentful of Guan Yu clearly taking advantage of their unbalanced alliance, Sun Quan agreed to Cao Cao's request and sent Lu Meng to aid Cao Ran at Fan Castle, where he captured and executed the war god. This is where the Sun-Liu alliance ended. After Cao Cao's death in 220, Cao Pi took the imperial throne and established the Wei kingdom. In 221, Liu Bei proclaimed himself king of Shu. By stark contrast, Sun Quan did not declare himself emperor just right away. In 222, Liu Bei went on a campaign against Wu to avenge Guan Yu. Then, Sun Quan was prompted to declare himself the emperor of Wu and clashed with Shu at Yiling. Wu emerged victorious with another successful fire attack. And after Liu Bei's death, Wu and Shu made peace once again, and this alliance did not break until the end of the era. From that point onward, Wu would focus on defending their borders and maintaining economy. Cao Pi would routinely attack the Wu borders and fail, while Wu would also fail at invading Wei territory. So they were at a continuous standoff. Any territory they would take from the other side, their opponents would take it right back.
Heaven created the Yangtze River to divide the North and South.
So we can see from this that the heart of Sun Quan's character is indecisiveness in the state of Wu. Historically, he was largely reacting to the events and conflicts that surrounded his domain, not being very aggressive during his time. This is reflected in the game's narrative, where he is unsure of what to do with his leadership position and focuses mostly on maintaining his kingdom. He is also supported by people who see his potential as leader, even though he himself does not see it. Only after his conflicts with Shu does he understand what he wants to do with this path. Also, a lot of his character is built on the foundation of his family. Once he lost them, one by one, I won, it was only him and no one else. Unlike the leaders of the other two kingdoms, he was ill-prepared for this role. Thus, he makes mistakes, like going into unfair alliances with Shu. In many of the Dynasty Warriors games, he is shown having a rivalry with Cao Pi, which is a reference to the historical text when Cao Pi, after Cao Cao's death, became more vicious when it came to pursuing Wu, which led to both sides making terrible decisions on how to invade one another. In fact, Sun Kwan and Cao Pi are somewhat designed to be polar opposites. Sun Kwan is red, Cao Pi is blue, one is fire, one is ice. One wields a weapon in the likeness of his father to continue his legacy, while the other wields two weapons in hopes of becoming better than his father. I mean, even their wives are rivals. One is honest and kind-hearted, the other is a femme fatale. Now, despite what we're supposed to know about the Sun family, Sun Quan, and by small extension Sun Jian, do not have tiger motifs in their gameplay, design, or symbolism, because they're all wolf-based. In the Book of Wei, Gongsun Yuan insinuates that Sun Jian and Sun Quan are scoundrels.
Wei has forgiven their crimes and granted them permission to have retainers, but their blood cannot be disputed, and the son of a wolf is still a wolf.
With both Sun Jian and Sun Quan having these motifs in their design, it's likely that Omega Force wanted to emphasize the family ties rather than the negative connotations with the quote. And boy did they stick to that idea, because almost every element in Sun Quan's design is wolf-based. He's got the wolf sword, king wolf, master wolf, heavenly wolf, wolf claw, wolf's fang, and anything else that isn't named after wolf is named after fire. You have the windflower, flamebringer, guiding fire, vortex of flame, wolf fireblade, blazing wolf, and phoenix fireblade. Now, it was a common thing for soldiers during this period to study the art of wushu, and Sun Quan is no exception. He has the same basic skills as Sun Jian and Xiahou Dun, with a heavier emphasis on fire and wind attacks. And his Musu attacks are extensions of these elements. He has the Tornado Flame, the Heart of Fire, the Heavenly Winds, and with the Flame Blade he has the Flame Blades, original, Burning Blade Strike, and the Scolding Winds. From his time onward in his later years, he suffered a little bit from mental degradation, started making terrible decisions, didn't listen to his strategists, didn't listen to his advisors, started blaming other people for his mistakes, making irrational decisions, wasting resources on somewhat futile efforts, and just straight up struggling to maintain order in his clan until he passed away in 252, leaving his youngest heir Sun Liang to take over for the short amount of time Wu had left. So he went the same way he started, confused and unsure of what to do. But the games do a good job of capturing the spirit of Sun Quan's rule. A man who was all about protecting his own at any cost, and trying to live up to the legacy of his brother and father. And that's all we got for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like or a comment down below to tell me what you thought about this video, and subscribe if you want more videos like this. And if you're interested, why don't you visit me on Patreon so you too can become a hero of legend. To me, at least, you'd be a hero. And that's all I got for you today, guys. Bye-bye.
Fine. I'll show them how vicious I can be on my own.